nice to meet you. I'm Lizzie, and this is gonna be a quick speed run through an art that I'm doing. So I hope you enjoy it. As you can see, we're starting with a light shading from the arm that is gonna be a future Levi. I know he doesn't look like Levi yet, but give it some time. Um, you know what they say, art is the process, so you have to trust on it. So believe on me that in my art is all about trusting the process because it looks like shit until it looks, decent, I guess. If you didn't saw my post with the final result, I'm gonna kind of explain it to you. Well, we have like a line art of Levi on top. On the bottom, we have my OC. That is the reader of my fanfic called Holy Ground. That is an archive of your own. If any of you want to check it out, you're very welcome. But please read the tags and read the warnings. I don't want anyone to read anything that could trigger you or make you feel unsafe. That's not my intention. It's pure. My pure intention of my writing is to people enjoy it as much as my art. So just please be careful. It's a adult story, so as you can tell from the art, there are some juicy parts, there are some sad parts, but overall, I don't want anyone to read it if they're not comfortable with it. On the top, we have an skin range that is basically what I'm gonna be going back and forth in my art, doing the process of shading. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And the bottom, there is my OC that, as I told you, it's already done because I actually had this art sitting on my laptop desktop. Sorry, English is not my native language, so sometimes I mess it up. Um, for months, almost half a year, I dare to say. It's just that one day I woke up with all this inspiration for this, and once I was done with her, it was gone. I didn't have any more inspiration to go. And well, it was like waiting for me to go back to it anytime soon. And I finally did. So I hope you like the final result because it took me forever. That's probably the main reason why the lighting is a little bit weird. I admit my mistakes. I'm not scared of admitting them. The lighting is a little bit weird because um, when I started, I had this idea and then I changed it, and well, a lot of things, and now the lighting is a little bit creepy, but I wanted to finish it and move to another project. You know, I am tired of letting unfinished projects sitting on my computer. So, yeah, that's why I decided to finish it even when the lighting wasn't perfect. So that's much it. You're probably gonna see on this speed run all my process of going back and forth from the linings and the shadows to make it look realistic. And it's gonna be the whole skin process, especially the arm part, because this here and the sheets I did them on my brother's computer and I couldn't record the process. So I'm sorry that in the last part, in the results, you see the hair and you see the sheets, and but well, and they're not on this speed run. And now you're gonna see a lot of weird lines on Levi's forearm, but trust me, trust the process. It's gonna look good at the end. So yeah, my art style when I do pure realistic like this and all the shading, all that, it requires me to use almost no strong lines. Like as you can see, I am wearing no black or almost no black. The little black lines that you see on the back, they are gonna be erased at the end. They're just for me to guide me. Um, and as you can see, I almost have no strong lines. They're all like shadows, and that's mostly it. I think that art look way more realistic when it doesn't have line art on it. I like this style. Perhaps in a few years I told you this is really bad, and that's the whole process of growing up in your art. But right now I really like it. Just it takes a lot of time, the blending, the shading, but believe me, the last result is 100% worth it. Or that's what I think. You let me know in the comments if you like it. Um, why what I mostly do is I create a full range of skin shades that are gonna be my shadows, that are gonna be my blushes, that are gonna be my more purple sides if I'm doing a face, and that could be the under eyes and all that. Not in this case though, but that could be. And basically what I'm gonna do is keep using the same brush. No, I don't wear a blending brush. I use the same brush, and I keep going back and forth from the color from dark to light, from dark to light to blending, and that is gonna create like lines that are actually not lines. They're just shadows contrasting with light highlights, and it's gonna look marvelous. I think it's my favorite art style so far, and I think I really like the results. It's like you can almost touch it when it's completely done. And I know it looks a little bit plain right now, but wait until I put the real pure shadows and the pure highlights, and it's gonna look really good. Um, well, as you can tell, I have a thing for two things, for hands and Benny arms. And I say, well, I did hands on my previous art concept of Levi. This time I'm doing Benny arms. I went for the muscles, I went from the veins, I went from the push up kind of pose. I went from everything, the abs, the back, everything. So yeah, you're gonna see now that pretty quickly I'm gonna start moving to the bottom of the arm where the more benny and little structures began to show off. And as you can tell, since the light is kind of coming from the top, the more I go down on the arm, the more shadows I use and the less highlights. That's another thing that is gonna create more like a three-dimensional kind of thing. So yeah, if one day you want to learn how I do the full skin range kind of thing and the whole like process of detail it or how I blend the colors, I will be really glad to do it. Should you let me know? This is my very first time doing a voiceover and doing a video. So if this sucks, if this is really bad, I'm sorry. It's my very first time trying, so I'm kind of nervous. I am really nervous. So I hope you are able to forgive me. Um, and my video editing skills are almost non-existing because I study science. I don't study nothing related to video editing, so I get really confused. I have to follow all these tutorials to do this, and I think it turned out really childish, but it's my very first try, and I mean, at least I'm trying, right? I'm trying. I hope you appreciate that. You can see that the arm is turning up together. You can see that the shadows are and the highlights are slightly getting there. You're slightly noticing that it looks more as an arm, as a veins in an arm than actual, just like weird shades on a skin color. So yeah, it's slightly turning there. As you can see, I'm adding stronger highlights, and that's what's gonna bring the light back to it. Yeah, that as you can see, I put some highlights there. Um, and now I'm gonna clean up a little bit the edges and connect a little bit the arm with the neck that I did it when I did the hair, so that part is not gonna be part of this. I'm really sorry. I will try to record a full video of me doing from zero an art project, but the problem is that Levi's part took me 10 hours, just 10 hours to finish it. So you can get that it's gonna be around 20 hours if I do my OC and Levi too. So now we move to the back, and it's gonna be really short because a few parts of the video of the back got deleted. So I did what I could, guys. I'm really sorry. I will try to get better, I swear. And that's the final result. Yeah, you can see they are there enjoying themselves and having the time of their lives.